Good afternoon, I'm Morgan Johnson. Today on Up North at 4, we'll talk to 3 members of different Northwoods chorus groups to hear about upcoming concerts and events. Plus, Beth Hansen will talk to us about Hansen's Garden Village's tips on growing a successful garden. We'll get to all that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. A 14-year-old boy has been accused of killing 10-year-old Lily Peters in Chippewa Falls. Peters' body was found Monday along a walking trail after her father reported her missing. A prosecutor says the 14-year-old boy knew the girl and planned the attack. He knocked her down, hit her with a stick, and strangled her to death before sexually assaulting her. The boy appeared in adult court in Chippewa County from a juvenile detention center. Wisconsin law generally calls for juveniles aged 10 and up to be prosecuted as adults when they are charged with first-degree intentional homicide. He is currently being held on a $1 million cash bond. Starting tomorrow, people will be able to watch professional glass blowers in Wausau. Outdoor demonstrations will take place at the Lee Yawkey Woodson Art Museum in Wausau. From April 29th to May 8th, professional glass blowers from New York will show off their art. Colorful bowls, vases, and other decorations will be made. This is a family-friendly event. The demonstrations over the next 10 days will be free to the public and will be held from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. With a 15-8 vote, the Starbucks in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, became the first to unionize in the state. Over 200 Starbucks locations across America have been filed for elections to be represented by Workers United. The workers at this cafe asked for union recognition back in February. Workers United is fighting for Starbucks baristas to help build safer and better workplaces. Starbucks workers in Plover, Madison, and Fox Valley will also cast their votes for union representation in the future. The largest man-made water reservoir in the country is at an all-time low. Lake Mead in Nevada is a source of water for millions of people in the West. It was formed by the Hoover Dam on the Colorado River. The lake's plummeting water level has exposed one of the reservoir's original water intake valves for the first time. The valve had been in service since 1971, but can no longer draw water. The federal government declared a water shortage on the Colorado River for the first time last summer. A study published in February found the period from 2000 to 2021 was the driest in the region in 1,200 years. This has been driven by human-caused climate crisis. Chief Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now. Conrad, what's the weather looking like today?
Yeah, it's finally warmed up just a little bit with some mostly cloudy skies all across the region, with some thicker clouds right and pretty much around the La Crosse area is slowly moving on in, and that is because we have another low pressure system moving on in right over here. It doesn't look like much because it isn't. It will be pretty much spotty showers tonight into the morning hours, but this right over here in the west is our next bigger low pressure system that is starting to develop and will be moving on in by the weekend and lasting all throughout the weekend and finally moving out by the Monday time frame. So a little bit of light rain tonight into the morning hours tomorrow might mix with a little bit of some snow as those temperatures drop back into the mid-30s, and then that heavier rain, the long-lasting low pressure system, comes in by Saturday and lasting through the weekend. But most of the country, especially to the west, is in a drought like Morgan talked about earlier, with Nevada coming in with severe droughts, California, New Mexico, all across even through Texas with severe droughts. Here in Wisconsin, no droughts, and that is because we've been in a very active pattern the last several months. But in the west, a little bit of that drought will be made up with all of that rain that's incoming the next week or so. But finally, some warmer temperatures, not quite like we'd like it to be outside this time of year, but we do have temperatures around 53 here in Rhinelander, 54 in Eagle River, so pretty much low to mid 50s all across north Wisconsin. Our average this time of year is supposed to be around 59 degrees, so we've been well below that. up to this point, and with an average low of around 34 degrees. But look at this record high in 1952, coming in at 92 degrees. So we wish we had those 90s out here today, but hey, we'll take those 50s any day. So like I mentioned earlier, our average is supposed to be around 59. Nowhere near that the last several weeks, and even lasting through the weekend and beginning of next week. So beginning of May does seem still to be below average, and temperatures today will continue to go lower into the mid-30s as some rain and snow starts to move on in. Morgan?
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on these GMC models.
Visit your North Central Wisconsin GMC dealer.
Is it time to update your driveway? Contact S&B Asphalt to blacktop your driveway. An update not only looks nice, but it saves on maintenance and adds value to your property. Seal coating and blacktopping residential driveways, commercial properties, and private roads. S&B is equipped for the job. With a strong reputation as an honest company with competitive pricing, you don't need to turn anywhere else. Call S&B Asphalt today for a free estimate.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV, because custom orders receive priority. You'll get an extra $1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 41 combined MPG in an Escape Hybrid? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it. In a Ford, built your way. Order your 2022 Escape, Edge, or Explorer to lock in the special Flex Buy offer and get $1,000 retail order bonus cash.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on.
After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
We're back on Up North at 4. We are joined by 3 different members of different choral groups in the Rhinelander area. So why don't you all just introduce yourselves first?
Hi, my name is Paul Evenson, and I belong with the Hymns and Hers group here in Rhinelander, a mixed men and women's group.
Okay.
I'm Diane Gilman, and I'm from the Northwoods Choraleers. And we're strictly a women's group, and we're also based in Rhinelander.
Awesome.
I'm Corky Stockson. I'm with the Rhinelander Male Chorus, and we're, as you can imagine, all male.
Okay, so I know all 3 of these groups have a lot of history in the area. Why don't you, Paul, just begin by giving me an overview of the history?
Sure. So Hymns and Hers was started by B. Kerner, if I'm correct.
Yes, yep.
I've only been with the group for a few years, so I don't know a lot of the background history, but they will help me.
Okay, sounds good.
Just being with the group for only a few years now, B started the group, I think, over 25 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and actually it started from a group that called the Jubilee Singers, which started back in the early 80s.
Oh, wow.
And then it transitioned, we quit for a while, and then B wanted to start it back up again, so she started Hymns and Hers.
And then B continued with the group until her unfortunate passing back in 2017. Since 2017, the group's been under the direction of Jim Priovalos, and we've all had a blast ever since.
Why don't you tell me how these groups have kind of developed since the 80s when they started?
Now that I have no history. I hate to say it, I've only been in the Northwoods for about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the Jubilee Singers started with B and Mary Peterson, B.B. Kerner, Mary Peterson, and Carla Strong. And we had the girls group and we had the male group, both sponsored by Nicolay, the college.
Oh, that's right.
And they decided they wanted to have a mixed group, and gospel basic. And so they started that back in the 80s. We actually sang at Country Fest a couple years.
So then if my memory is jogged correctly, it sounds like a lot of these groups were sponsored by Nicolet College just until recent history.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, I know you guys just recently had a Christmas concert at Nicolet, right? Okay.
Yes. And that was it was a lot of fun, wildly successful. We all had a great time.
Okay, it sounds like you guys have another concert coming up. We're actually going to talk about that after the commercial break.
Okay.
So we're going to head to commercial, but we'll be back in just a few minutes.
In the military, we call it dereliction of duty. Ron Johnson is supposed to serve Wisconsin. Instead, he served himself. An investigation found Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. That's a dereliction of duty. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Allergies just try to stop us being the greatest versions of ourselves. Allegra lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, so trees, you won't take us down.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin, so dust, you won't wipe us out.
And unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make us drowsy. So fur, you won't phase us. When allergies attack, take Allegra before your symptoms take over you.
Live your
greatness.
Saturday, April 30th, the Wisconsin Department of Justice will be holding a free prescription drug take-back event. If you have unused or unwanted medications, ointments, patches, non-aerosol sprays, inhalers, vials, or pet medication, clean out your cabinets. Don't let your old medication fall into the wrong hands by disposing of unused or unwanted medications properly. For more information on locations and accepted items, go to doseofrealitywi.gov. This information is brought to you by the Human Service Center of Forest, Vilas, and Oneida County.
Roof warranties are all about trust. Your trust in GAF, a time-tested company, and our trust in our Master Elite contractors. They're trained, licensed, insured, and only they can offer our best warranties.
Call Oneida Roofing today.
Enter a haven for European-style baking at Boulangerie in Tomahawk. Fresh breads, pastries, soups, salads, and more. The finest ingredients prepared from scratch with a fanatical eye for detail. Simply the best. You deserve Boulangerie.
Okay, we're back. We're still joined by the 3 guests from different choral groups in Rhinelander. We talked kind of about the history. We're going to get into a new concert coming up in like a few days. So tell me about that.
So this is coming up on Sunday, May 1st, 2 o'clock at First United Congregational Church of Christ on Larch Street here in town. Again, 2 o'clock, and all 3 groups are going to be featured at the concert. From the Hymns and Hers perspective, we're actually giving a little bit of a Stephen Sondheim tribute.
Okay, cool.
So we have songs from, read my notes here, we have songs from On the Way to the Forum, Sunday in the Park with George, and Into the Woods.
Why should people attend this concert?
Because it's going to be fun.
It's always fun.
It's always fun.
It's always fun, yes.
And I think it's a great outing for the community, just to come on out. Spring fever's in the air. We should come on out and enjoy. Mask as you feel comfortable at the concert. It's not mandatory.
It's free.
And it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Okay, let's hear from one of you. You've been doing a lot of talking.
I know I have. Shame on me.
No, I've been with Choraleers approximately 40 years. I started just as something to do in the evening, and it just has developed into something that I look forward to every Tuesday night. And it's a group of very talented ladies that we laugh, we sing, we cry together when things go poorly in our personal lives, and it's just a wonderful support system. And going out and singing for the community, singing and music is just uplifting to the soul. And if ever there was a time we needed uplifting, it's been in the last 2 years when we've been isolated and depressed and everything. It just brings us alive. And we'll sing Broadway song, we're singing a Polynesian folk song, so we do all a variety of music. So.
Okay, it sounds really fun. One last time, remind the viewers about the event on Sunday.
Oh, sure. So this will be the choral event, concert. Again, Sunday, May 1st at 2 o'clock. That's 2 o'clock at First United Congregational Church of Christ on Larch Street here in town.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. It was awesome to hear about the history, and you guys should definitely check out your guys' concert on Sunday.
Great.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to talk to Beth Hansen from Hansen's Garden Village.
If you're ready to sell or thinking of buying, Northwoods Realtors are ready to help. Local realtor professionals are knowledgeable on our unique market, and the multiple listing service maximizes exposure for the benefit of sellers and buyers alike. Visit upnorthmls.com today to view properties for sale or to find a realtor who can help you sell or buy in the beautiful Northwoods.
A box can be essential, then recycled for a move, and then help brighten breakfast, or bring fresh scents in a tube. What starts as a box for detergent can become one with a helpful seam. All part of the circle of caring for our natural resources and trees. Recycling your boxes and paper products helps nature thrive. Be a force for nature and choose sustainable, recyclable paper and packaging.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
You experience so many moments in your home, and Kidde helps you protect every moment. Materials in today's homes cause fires to burn faster, leaving you as little as 2 minutes to get to safety. So check your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms and replace them if necessary. Ensure that you have the right equipment for all areas of your home. Right now, get 11% off all Kidde home safety products at Menards.
Visit Wildberry Market, the premier natural food store in the Northwoods, for all of your organic food and health needs. Grab a healthy lunch on the go, made fresh daily by our deli. Eat well, live well, be well. Wildberry Market in Minocqua and online.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
We're back on Up North at 4. I'm joined by Beth Hansen from Hansen's Garden Village. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Good. So today we're going to talk about spring gardening. I know that's probably not on people's minds right now because of the weather.
It probably is on people's minds. At least we're seeing that. I think having such a cool spring, a lot of people are really anxious to get some growing happening. So maybe they're doing some things in their home. They started some tomato seedlings, that kind of thing. We definitely are seeing an uptick on interest out at the greenhouse. So
tomorrow, I know Saturday you said something starting at the village. Tell me about that.
Yep, so our annual bare root sale starts on Saturday. So that's non-potted plants. So apple trees, blueberries, shade trees, hydrangeas. We get them shipped to us from Bailey Nursery in the Twin City area. And so they're not potted. We get them sorted, tagged. A lot of people have pre-orders that we're pulling. And then whatever isn't pre-sold is available starting Saturday morning. These are dormant plants, so they can be planted now. So that's if people are ready to go, now's a good time to get that stuff and get it in the ground. It's also a lot cheaper than potted, so it's a really good deal. We have strawberries, asparagus, rhubarb, a lot of stuff. So
it sounds like this is a bit different from last year's growing season. Is that right?
Yeah, so it warmed up really nicely in April, almost too warm at first. And so people started purchasing plants a lot sooner, and they were able to get in their gardens sooner. But then there was a late frost over Memorial Day weekend. So this year's a lot different. People are holding off on purchases unless they have a greenhouse at home or a warm place that they're keeping things. So So we're definitely growing the stuff, but it's staying in our greenhouses a little bit longer until people are ready to come. But that's what we do, so we're always prepared for whatever the weather is in spring.
Okay, so it sounds like people are going to start gardening pretty soon. Do you have any specific tips for them to be successful?
I would definitely try to do some things that aren't going to be where you're freezing your stuff. So don't plant outside just yet unless it's the right kind of stuff like bare root or maybe things that have been growing outside already. Warm, tender vegetables and annuals, it's not ready to go outside. So watch the weather. Sometimes if you need a little bit of spring, there's definitely some cooler temperature annuals like pansies, things like that you would be able to have outside and maybe protect it if it is going to get really cold. So we're watching the forecast always.
Yeah, I bet. Tell me about the upcoming events at Hanson's Garden Village.
So we always have a lot of planting classes. We're doing a Just for Kids Mother's Day planting class next Thursday, 2 different times, so kids can come out and make planters for their mom or grandma, stepmom. We also have patio planter classes, lots of really fun, unique container classes as well. And then we're doing a really fun special event on May 14th with the Rhinelander District Library. It's called Reading and Seeding. We're having the author of Papa Chuck's Garden, which is Cindy Pesic. She's coming to read her book and do a book signing. So if people want to purchase her book, she'll sign it. And then her and Papa Chuck, which is her husband, are going to be doing a planting activity with us. The Rhinelander District Library is doing a tower garden this year, and so they need help getting their seeds started. So we're going to be doing that. And so it's a family event, so it's free. You don't have to sign up, just come that day. Lot more information, you can call us or look at our website or contact the Rhinelander District Library as well.
Okay, well, it sounds like there's really something for all ages coming up.
Yeah, we have a petting zoo on Mother's Day, so that'll be fun. Hopefully it won't be rainy like this weekend for the next weekend. It's a really early Mother's Day, so you got to think about that. It's already next Sunday, so.
Okay, are you excited are you going to be participating in these events at all yourself?
Oh yes, so my mom and I teach most of the classes, so it's always fun to do that with her. And just like, we're unpacking a lot of new products all the time, so we're getting our general store set up. The plants are starting to move in there. We grow 95% of what we sell, so people are worried, when are your plants coming in? They're there, they're growing, and they'll be ready when the weather is ready for people to take it home with them.
Okay, Beth, well, I think we covered everything. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
People should definitely try to make it out to one of these events.
Yep, and there's more information on our website, which is hansonsgardenvillage.com, or you can call our office.
Okay, thanks for coming on the show. We will be back in just a few minutes.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Bath Mart.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Keep all the dust, pollen, and allergens out of your home this spring with the new Eco Sky windows exclusively from Mad City Windows. We're Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for high-quality windows that combine unmatched performance with distinctive style, custom-made to fit any size opening. And now's the time to save during our spring blowout sale. Save $750 on a house full of new windows. Interest-free financing for 12 months and a $100 Target gift card with purchase. But act now and we're going to double your savings. Save $1,500 on a house full of new windows. Double your interest-free financing from 12 to 24 months and double your bonus. Receive a $200 Target gift card with the purchase of new windows. From Wausau and North Central Wisconsin, call 715-690-3085. Let me give you that number again, 715-690-3085.
They open up and they come in so you can clean the inside or the outside and everything. Right in here, you don't have to get ladders or anything like that there to clean them.
If your old drafty windows are hard to open, hard to close, and impossible to clean, then call Mad City Windows. Our exclusive Eco Sky windows deliver brilliant design, beauty, and efficiency to your home in a variety of eye-catching styles. Now's the time to save during our spring blowout sale. Save $750 on a house full of new windows. Interest-free financing for 12 months. $100 Target gift card with purchase. But act now and double your savings. Save $1,500 on a house full of new windows. Double your interest-free financing from 12 to 24 months. And double your bonus. Receive a $200 Target gift card with the purchase of new windows. Call for a free estimate at 715-690-3085. Let me give you that number again, 715-690-3085.
Students at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology are busy doing groundbreaking research every day. One PhD candidate is in the midst of a unique research project involving Milk's favorite cookie.
It's the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Or is it Oreology?
Probably about 6 months of doing tests, and I think we went through about 20 boxes of Oreos.
There's no wrong way to eat Milk's favorite cookie, but Crystal Owens, a PhD candidate in mechanical engineering, prefers twisting them, and she was frustrated the cream filling was never evenly distributed on both sides.
I really wanted to perfect the taste, which means that you have a little bit of cream and you never get a bite that's just wafer.
After a lot of twisting and testing, she and her team of researchers came up with this, the Oreometer, to optimize the Oreo eating experience.
Before I tighten it all the way, I'm going to start loading in the Oreo clamps.
The 3D printed device uses pennies and rubber bands to create a scientifically perfect split.
The Oreo has broken.
But the result still wasn't even.
We want it to happen, but the physics doesn't let that happen.
I could not have predicted any of this. There we go.
They think the manufacturing process has something to do with it, and they say the solution is in the wafers.
If there's texture on the inside, then when you twist it, you should be able to get cream on both sides. It's like an easy fix.
They've yet to hear from Oreo, but their study was published in the journal Physics of Fluids. And if a cookie can get more people interested in science, they say that is what makes their research fulfilling.
If people take inspiration from this study to just find the maybe kind of silly questions around them and just put them to scientific study.
As much as she loves Oreos, her next project has nothing to do with cookies. Instead, she's going to look into whether or not you can tune the fluid mechanics of ice cream to make it not drip on a hot day.
Conrad, I don't think I'd have the patience to do all that stuff.
Yeah, me neither. But those Oreos do look good. You know what else looks good? The next week.
Yeah.
I know we're still going to be below average in temperatures, but overall just some mostly cloudy skies today and more rain back in the forecast by tonight and into the morning hours. This will be a very light rain, and then some heavier rain starts to move in by the weekend, and it will be lasting into beginning of Monday time frame. So our 7-day does show a very active weather pattern with below average temperatures, but better temperatures are on the way.
All right, thanks, Conrad. Thank you, guys. We'll be back here at 5.